Introducing the worst fucking podcast you've ever heard. Both mics.
All right. Welcome to both mics, everyone. Had a minor audio thing to start the show today, but it'll be all right.
We're all good though. But both mics, folks, is a show about nothing, a podcast about nothing and everything. That is Mike Sofka.
And that over there is Mike Taylor, and together we are both mics. How are you?
Good. We are doing show number 88.
Crazy. You'd think we'd have our shit together by now.
Right? Yeah. Well, it's a podcast you can hear anywhere and everywhere. Anywhere and everywhere. We're live every Friday night around 7 o'clock-ish Eastern Time on twitch.tv/bothmics. Come check us out if you wish. We are live and interactive in the interwebs. Also, you can find us anywhere podcasts can be found, Facebook, YouTube, the usual. If you know of a podcast platform that we're not on and you want to hear us there, give us a shout. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, I'm gonna in the next month or so. I'm gonna be announcing a few more places we're gonna be. So if that
a month or so,
yeah, dude, I'm so far behind on stuff I'm trying to do. We're climbing mountains quick though. I'll talk to you about that stuff later. But it's just I got a lot going on right now, so I'm happy. I'm excited about it. So
well, good. I'm glad to hear. Yeah, well, we're at show number 88, so we've been doing this a couple times.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, last week we celebrated our 1-year anniversary, I assume.
Was it?
Or was it the week before? I think it was January 15th or something.
Wow. Yeah, that was probably 2 weeks ago, yeah?
Yeah,
wow.
Yeah. And I skated right past it probably because we did the 1985 or no. Was that there?
Yeah, that was 1985.
Yeah. That's probably why I went right past it there. But anyway, we're glad to be here.
Want to hear a good episode, folks? Go back to 1985 or episode 85. We kind of just shot the breeze about the year we graduated high school.
Yeah,
when things were so much simpler.
Speaking of music and simple times from there, you're going on the Monsters of Rock cruise coming up here, and we've on an even number of shows coming up here. We're dedicating some time for you to talk about that because we're going to talk about it while you're on the boat and all that stuff too. So tell me about the World of Monsters of Rock cruise.
Well, this is the 10th one I've been on. I think 2013 was the first one I was going to go on. It was the second cruise. I didn't trust the first cruise. I wanted to make sure that they weren't pulling your chain and trying to just collect money and not come through with a cruise. So the second one I was supposed to go on, and I started a brand new job 2 weeks before it started.
So you quit the job and went on a cruise?
No. Oh. And it was only a 3-day cruise at the time. Might have been 3 or 4 day cruise at the time. And I just couldn't get off, brand new at the job. And then like a couple weeks later, they're like, you could have taken the time off. No big deal. Like,
wow.
Yeah. So
I've departed employment opportunities before to go places and do stuff. I know it sounds stupid, and then of course when I got back, they were all like, "We didn't mean that," and I was like, "Yeah, well, maybe I did. I'll let you know in a couple of days what I'm going to do." Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
Please.
Yeah. So, 2013 was the first one I was supposed to go on, and Brenda, my wife, ended up going on the cruise with another friend of hers, and that was her first cruise ever. So she was like, she had no idea what a real cruise is like.
Was she nervous about that? Was she looking for safety protocols everywhere?
Well, 30 years in the Navy Reserve,
sure.
She's kind of got that down pat.
So did she take first fire watch, or did you?
Yeah. She had the drink package, the whole 9 yards.
Oh,
so she was good to go.
Yeah, that's all you need.
Yep. And so this time around, God, number 10. And wow.
So this is the 10th one, or your 10th one?
I think this is the 11th one.
Okay, because you missed the first one.
11th one, and it's my 10th one. So I missed actually, it's the 10th one because they had 2 in 1 year once. They had an East Coast and a West Coast.
Did you go on both?
Yeah. We were only going to do the East Coast, and then they announced, I think it was Sebastian Bach and one other band, and I was like, yeah, let's go. So this was this
pre-kids. So is there a lot of people? Are you familiar with a lot of people that are as crazy as you are and go every year and went to both of them and shit like that?
Yeah, people all the time. I've got friends in New York and Massachusetts that go. Believe it or not, someone literally lives like 3 blocks from us, and we didn't know each other as neighbors. We knew each other from Monsters Rock.
So you met in a foreign country on a boat?
Yeah, well, we have friends in Costa Rica that come, but yeah, from everywhere. In San Diego, Houston, Michigan, everywhere. So it's pretty cool.
So you're seeing some of the same people. So you got like a little thing where you meet people. It's kind of like going to a place to relax, and everybody's still there. I mean, all the people.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's like going to a concert, and the people that you see at a concert, at House of Blues or whatever, it's the same people going to the same genre of music.
Is there any undesirable people that you've noticed over the years, and you're like, yeah, I'm gonna stay the fuck away from that guy?
Yeah. There's a couple, and there was one, and he kept insisting that I was Larry David.
Nice.
He kept calling me Larry David, and I'm like, yeah, you're trouble. You haven't made a good decision in your life, and probably
Buddy, why didn't you go with it? Why didn't you? I mean, was he hammered or he was just an idiot?
Yeah, no, I was. Well, come on, I'm 6'3". There's no way in the world I'm Larry David. But the type of guy who hasn't made a right decision in his life in 20 years. So I'm gonna keep him at arm's length.
How'd he get on the boat?
I don't know. I guess he had money.
Well, obviously he made at least one good decision, or somebody did on his behalf.
I get it. Yeah.
So tell me who you're most excited to see on this one.
Well, still
2022, 10th Monsters of Rock cruise for you.
When I look at the list, I was like, oh yeah, they're on board. It's got to be Skid Row. Yeah, they're far and few between as far as concerts. They left the cruise in I think 2019 or 2020. They left early to go to Nashville to record their next CD, and that CD is not even out yet. So,
well, that was kind of my next question, and a lot of people don't know those guys are from Toms River, New Jersey. I don't know if you knew that, but.
Rachel Bolan, the bass player, is from Toms River, New Jersey. The guitar player, Snake Sabo, or Dave Sabo, actually lived down the street from John Bon Jovi in Perth Amboy.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's all my stomping grounds. That's where I was.
Sayreville, yep. Other guitar players from Middletown, New York. Actually, Slate Hill, which is a suburb of Middletown, New York, up in Orange County.
I have to interrupt you here because I have a quick story. Sorry.
Okay.
You mentioned Sayreville and South Amboy and those areas. I lived in a house. It was the tallest house on the highest hill in Sayreville. And it was almost on the city line where out my bedroom window, I saw the bridge there for South Amboy. Right next to it was a
bridge.
Huh?
That huge bridge?
Yeah. And there was a drive-in theater right next to it.
Oh, wow.
And then beyond that, across the water, you could see the Twin Towers, the Statue of Liberty, all that stuff. So I used to take binoculars, and I used to, at night, from my room, I used to watch the movies on the drive-in screen. And Saturday nights was like porno night or something there. That was crazy. Yeah, it was like rated X.
That's like pre-HBO and Skinamax.
I guess, but I could keep. How do you manage that? You're driving by, you're getting ready to go on the bridge. Your kid is in the car, and he turns around and he sees a bunch of titties flashing at him the whole time. You know,
right?
All right, sorry, I had to give that little story.
No, that's an awesome story. We don't get many stories from the Sofka side of both mics.
Yeah, we don't get many stories from New Jersey either. Yeah,
right.
All right, so go on. They're from Jersey,
and then of course they're not in the genre, but they're always a good time. Is Lit? Yeah,
no, I like them. I like them a lot. That was a little, I don't want to use the word progressive, but a little outside the normal genre, no?
It is, yeah. I would almost consider it like alternative rock.
Same thing with Buckcherry. I'm excited about that. As a matter of fact, I got my Buckcherry shirt on.
I got my John Corabi shirt on. Huh? John Corabi, other lead singer from Motley Crue.
We sound like some high school girls talking about our clothing line here. Which, by the way, we are we are going to have a complete clothing line real soon. I'm working on that too. So.
Wow. Do we have both Mike's leggings?
No leggings, but
no.
It'll
disappointed.
It'll be out there. It'll be something different. So you're gonna have poker chips with you on board too, right?
Yeah, I didn't put them in here because I kind of showed them off last week. They're in the area of stuff that's being staged to get out the door.
Yeah. So the kids are gonna go with you, or they're staying with somebody?
They're staying with Mama.
Perfect. All right.
Yep. Yeah, I got my niece coming up to help Mama.
Perfect.
So we got 2 people in the house, the kids, the whole 9 yards. We're out of here. We're heading to Miami a day early. We're going to go see a few of the bands that are doing the pre-cruise concert. Let's see if I can find who is doing the pre-cruise concert. But they've added some bands.
Oh yeah,
that I could tell you.
Oh, tell me.
It's a band called Tuff, Tuff.
Not tough.
I'm
not
not exactly
tough enough.
sure. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure who's in that. And then there's another band called Resist and Bite.
Well,
so there's not much bragging rights there, you know.
Tuff,
it's not like
according to the Google box here.
Yeah.
Formed in 1985 in Phoenix, Arizona by guitarist George Manos, bassist Todd Chasen, guitarist David Jansen, drummer Chris Lothan, and vocalist Michael Myers. I guess when Michael Myers wasn't doing those Halloween movies, he was in the band.
He did that in his spare time?
Yeah.
They have also added Gabby Ray, who
I saw that.
Yeah.
She looked familiar.
Yeah. When she first started doing the Monsters of Rock, she was like 16. And she was there with like Ron Keel. I think Ron Keel produced her first album back in the day. But she's back on, and exactly what capacity, I don't know. But pre-cruise concert, I don't know. I think it's in an email. I don't see anything on the in my little Google box here.
She was on something else, some other cruise. I don't know. Does she play guitar? Because she was on something called Axes and Anchors.
Really? Yeah. No. I don't think so. I've never seen her play guitar.
Yeah, so this is a little bit off. Oh, this is a little more hard rock, a little harder, because I've seen some of these bands on this other cruise here called Axes and Anchors, and this is Zakk Wylde, Yngwie Malmsteen, Motionless in White. Let's see who else is here.
She was doing a lot of Dio stuff at one time too.
Oh, alarm going off over here.
That might be the thing, because she was doing a lot of
Gilby Clarke. Who's that dude? That sounds familiar.
Gilby Clarke was one of the replacement guitarists for Guns N' Roses.
Ah.
And
anyway, yeah, I'm not going to pimp them because we're trying to talk about your cruise here, but at the same time, it's pretty interesting. I really hadn't heard of the Monsters of Rock cruise until you told me about it, and then I really hadn't heard about the Axes and Anchors, so I just used the Google box here. So
there's so many of them. There's Shiprocked, which is
I saw that too.
Yeah, that's more of your bands, the 311s and the Disturbs and Sand.
Now let me ask you something.
Seven Dust.
Are all these bands on the boat the same length of time as you, or are they flying in and out on a helicopter?
No, everybody goes on together. Everybody comes off together.
Well, how did Skid Row get off the boat early?
Well, I guess they had some sort of arrangement, and they got off in probably like Jamaica.
I see. Then maybe took a plane or something.
Took a plane back home. Yeah, they supply everything, and you just bring your guitars. I don't even think you have to bring your own drum set, but I'm sure some of them do.
Yeah, I would think they would.
Yeah, they take a full size stage like a festival stage that you would see. And they load it right up on the pool deck, and then they cover the pool. They kind of make a contraption that covers the pool out of plywood and 2x4s, and the pool deck is the concert stage with a freaking full size, lighting, the whole 9 yards. Oh, excuse me. And then they have the theater. They use that also. There's something called a Star Lounge, which is kind of like a little dance hall. that
So-
they have, and it has a stage, and they
So does
put some
anybody
of the
do
smaller
like
bands there.
Does anybody do like their regular performance and then they do like an acoustic thing?
Yeah, they've done that before. Like Ron Keel's actually done that, where the band Keel will play, and they'll rock the house. They'll be up on the pool stage. I remember watching them at midnight on the pool stage once, and always a great show. And then Ron will do his metal cowboy acoustic, and he'll go into the Star Lounge or the Gold Lounge, whatever, depending on the boat it is, and he'll just get there, put his little headset mic on, and hook up and play acoustically for an hour.
So listen, when you're on the boat, we're going to try to connect, right?
Yes, if we can make my phone work with
All
what
right.
you're doing on that side.
If we're able to do that, what I've
Yeah.
done in the past and what I would implore you to do is get somebody, do a little interview. Get somebody to come
Yeah,
and do a
of
little
course.
interview. Now, they won't be able to hear me if you're going to work, just go like you are now, and that's fine. You got the earbuds, and I'll be able to hear them because you're standing next to them, but they won't be
Right.
able to hear me, so you'll have to relay if I ask a question or something. That's all.
Well, I will try.
No,
I'm gonna have to-
what I've done in the past is it didn't even have to be anybody famous. If I was at an event or something, I would just grab somebody. I'd be walking by, somebody looked interesting, or they were checking me out, walking and talking, or sitting and talking, and kind of looking, see what I was doing. I'd get right in their grill. I'd be like, "Hey, man, how you doing? We're live on the air right now," and you just got to tell them you're live because
Right.
Well, they can drop F-bombs. I don't care. I'm just saying. You
So
have to.
I don't think there's an FCC thing going on with us.
Well, you have to tell. Yeah, no, fuck that.
Well, maybe for iHeart. I don't know.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is, you just roll up on somebody, ask them if they, want to be interviewed or doing this podcast or whatever, and then, just start talking to them, ask them all sorts of questions. And then I'll get on and I'll make an ass of us and they'll never listen to us.
Right. Cool. But yeah, it's going to be good.
All right.
We're kind of getting the to-do list together of the things we have to get done before we check out,
All right.
Cool.
Well, I'm glad we got to talk a little Monsters of Rock cruise. I hope that satisfies some people or helps some people, because you got to be itching to go to something like that. You can't. This isn't something that you're like, yeah, maybe I'll go. I mean, this is planning. You got to reserve this shit like a year in advance, right?
Yeah. I'm sure there's cabins still available, but the thing is, when you are alumni, you actually get first dibs on what you want.
Perfect.
Which usually gets you like a suite or VIP. Like we're going silver VIP, and then there's one grade above us, the gold VIP. That's like your access into the theater and your access to the meet and greets. Gold goes first, silver goes first, then the steerage, the other people. And with some of the meet and greets, I've actually seen a line go all the way across the boat.
Wow.
It'd be like a 2-hour wait to go on these meet and greets.
So it's worth it just for that.
So yeah, if there's 5 meet and greets and you're at the back of every line, you're shooting
10 hours of your day right there.
Or 10 hours collectively. And that's how many bands? How many bands that you're missing? You might be missing one of the bands you wanted to see.
There better be one of them drink girls walking by me if I'm standing in a 2-hour line.
Yeah, no,
and there better be a piss
happen.
bucket coming right behind her.
Yeah, that would be an awesome idea. But I doubt it.
What they could do is they could sell buckets of beer, and once you drink the beers, then you have a bucket to piss in.
That'll work. Sure.
I'm just thinking, what, you just toss it over the side.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. But
all right. Well, after you get back from your shindig on the ocean here, maybe, just maybe, I'm thinking me and you need to book this thing there. The world's first space hotel will open in 2027, and you can even buy a vacation home there. Did you hear about this?
I've heard something about it, but I don't know if it's actually this or something else. People are talking ideas like this all the time.
Now, somebody said that this would be ready in 2025 as well, but this is a real deal here. This is the outside. That's kind of what the inside, I guess, would look like in a conference area or something. It looks like a real hotel, but you might be able to tell if you're looking at the picture here on twitch.tv/bothmics or YouTube or Facebook. I didn't put up enough pictures, but it almost looks like a Ferris wheel or like when you were a kid, you had a Huffy bike with the plastic spokes wheel and then a thing outside it. And then there's like little rooms attached all the way around, like where the Ferris wheel seats.
Looks like a gyroscope.
Yeah, and I guess that's how they maintain the gravity for you in space there. But is this something you want to do? Is this something you're going to... Is Monsters of Rock going to have a thing at the Space Hotel?
That would be awesome, but no. Yeah, there's too many things that can go wrong. And, too many things that can go wrong. And if it does go wrong, there's only one outcome. Let's put it that way.
All right, so I guess with the boat, they have a bunch of lifeboats, so you'll be okay.
Right, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And even if you fell overboard, you could swim and possibly have a chance. If anything goes wrong with this, you're SOL.
And a lot more could go wrong with it on your way there or on the way back as well.
Exactly. 3 adventures in 1. And I'm sure it's not going to cost $1,000.
No, I'm sure it's going to be like that movie Elysium. Did you ever see that? Elysium?
No.
It's got the Goodwill Hunting guy in it. Who's that fucking guy?
Which one? The I can never remember his name. It's Ben Affleck and then the other guy. I want to call him Tom. Why do I always want to call him Tom?
I don't know.
Matt Damon?
Matt Damon. Yeah. It's Matt Damon. And everyone wants to live up on the thing in the sky there. It looks just like this, called Elysium. And that's where you get the good health care with like med beds, and that's where you get taken care of, and you got money and everything's pristine. Meanwhile, back at Earth's a total piece of shit. Like, it's just a waste environment. So,
right.
Anyway, I just thought that would be, this is starting to come true. I'm seeing the same looking thing here. Just like Star Trek. Remember Star Trek used to have the little communicator things?
Right.
Hello.
Exactly.
They knew about this shit back in '66? Come on, man.
Yeah. Well, how about the Dick Tracy in the comic strips?
Yeah, there you go. What was that, in the 30s? The little watch?
Yep, a little communicator.
And all this, and you're admitting to seeing all these things, yet you debate me continually on time travel.
Exactly.
All right, just trying to see where the line is drawn here.
But the thing is, if the technology came to the point where they could invent a time machine, somebody would come back to 2022 and screw the whole thing up.
We're not ready. There have been time travelers. There are time travelers. There's all sorts of shit going on around us, and we have no fucking idea. We're not ready. That's just like the reason why there's alien conspiracies and alien, this and they're debunking it and all that. It's different.
Okay.
Well, I'm just saying, think about it, dude. We're not, as a society would freak out and break down if you told them aliens are really here and you pulled one out on the TV and started talking to them. People's minds would be fucking blown.
But yeah, you're not gonna keep a secret like that. Say in...
You know why they keep the secret? There's money attached to the technology. We're back-end engineering. We're reverse engineering all sorts of technology. You really think in the last 50 years everybody got that much smarter? Come on.
Say they invented time travel in the year 3000. How many people are going to be on the planet then?
7.
7 people?
That's if they have their way. The CDC, the WHO, all these people, the deep state, if they have their way. Depopulation is what they're pushing for. Ask Bill Gates. I can't make this shit up. You can even look it on a Google machine, the filtered Google machine. It'll tell you. Bill Gates favors depopulation.
What would be the advantage of doing that?
More for them, less for everybody else.
But you need the minions. If you
That's
get rid
right.
of the minions...
They'll be on Earth. And the select few will be in the hotel or on Mars or on the moon. I'm telling you, hey, if this computer technology is still around in 100 years, we're going to go back and look at this show and never mind. All right. Speaking of space and idiots and all that shit, it is time for my second favorite part of the show. I think you know what that is. Let me find it.
What's the first part?
It's time for the alien update.
I computed the aliens. They are capable of sinister and dangerous acts.
You weird alien man!
All right. The alien update is our time to sit here and talk about, well, the aliens that are among us. Bezos, Musk, Zuckerberg, Branson, Gates, all these people, they're not the smartest 7 or 8 or 10 people in the world. They are, but somehow they've had alien technology, alien interaction. They're aliens themselves. They're richer than anybody else on the planet. They brought us more forward in the terms of culture and technology than most anybody else. These people are incredible, and they keep doing incredible things, and this is where we talk about the aliens on our planet here.
Yeah, I was watching something or heard something, and they were talking about Bezos, and it was Bezos, the richest man on the planet. Is he really the richest man on the planet?
Yeah, I think at last check he was worth $300 billion.
God damn.
I think Musk overtook him. Let's see. Bezos' net worth right now. Here we go. This is according to Investopedia. This is January 22. These are the 10 richest people in the world. Let me see how many you can name. Go ahead. I'll give you 30 seconds. How many can you name?
Sam Walton, or the Walton family. It's probably like 3 of them.
Go ahead. Keep going. Nope.
No? Your mom.
I wish.
Branson's got to be on there.
Nope.
Bezos, of course.
Yes.
We're talking about him. Gates.
Yes. He's number 4. Bezos is number 2.
Is Zuckerberg on there?
Zuckerberg is on there. He's 6.
Wow. The Shah of Iran?
No Shah of Iran.
Shah of Iran, no.
Who's number 1?
Who's number 1? Would it be Musk?
Yes, it's Musk. I'll give you the rest of them here. Bernard Arnault. I should know that name. I don't off the top of my head. Larry Page is number 5. Bernard Arnault is number 3. Sergey Brin is number 7. Warren Buffett is number 8. Steve Ballmer, the guy who owns some teams out west and was an original Microsoft partner, if I'm not mistaken, or Apple. Steve Ballmer, and then Larry Ellison. And I should know who all these people are, and I should look at all this shit and talk about each one, but I don't give a fuck.
Right.
Whatever. I'm going to sit here and talk more about this clowns. What I will talk about is how a guy like Musk is making all his money. And there's a thing I came across here that kind of tracks the cost of space flight. This is according to visualcapitalist.com. The cost of space flight before and after SpaceX. So if you're watching the video on twitch.tv/bothmics or YouTube or Facebook or however here, thank you for doing that first off. But you'll see the numbers on the left-hand side going up and down. That's per... Shit, I'll have to bring the thing up here. Here it is. That's dollars per kilogram. Okay? And you see in 1960 it was $25,600 per kilogram. And if you look back to 2030, between 2020 and 2030, it was about where we are now. The Starship, the new Starship they have, they're estimating it be not $25,600 like it was in 1960, but $200 per kilogram.
Wow.
And before that, he was almost there. So he's been bringing that cost down, and that's what privatization does. That's why we need less government and more privatization. I'm not looking to make these rich guys that much richer, but we're paying for that shit.
Right, one way or another.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had a launch yesterday that got canceled.
Yeah, it was supposed to go up at 6:11 tonight, and I forgot all about it.
Damn. And it was supposed to go off at 6:11 tonight, and 15 minutes before they scrubbed it due to heavy cloud cover.
Okay, good. Well, not good, but I'm saying I'm glad I didn't miss it.
On again for tomorrow, same time. So I put a notification on your phone, your little calendar.
Thank you.
Yeah, for 6 o'clock, and this way you can drag your hiney outside and look in the sky.
No, that would be awesome.
Your neighbors will call the cops, wondering what the hell's going on.
That would be awesome. This is a picture of. It's supposed to look like it goes with this story. I hope it does. SpaceX has no shortage of problems or misses or collisions or whatever, but this may almost be by design. They say it's not. This is according to CBSNews.com, so it must be true. SpaceX is about to leave a permanent mark in space. Astronomers said this week that a piece of a Falcon 9 rocket that was launched in February 2015 is currently on a trajectory to collide with the moon in just a few weeks.
Interesting.
And that's funny to me because I think back in the 60s or 70s, there used to be a saying called shoot the moon, no? Let me look that up real quick. Yeah, shoot the moon. Well, it was a movie.
Is it that Tesla car that he shot into space? Is that what's going to crash into?
No, but
crash on the moon.
The funny thing about this is not funny, I guess. It just goes on to tell you how, and there's diagrams on here and shows you that it's been floating around like a piece of space junk. What happened was this second stage booster didn't have enough juice to get home, so it stayed in orbit, and it's been flying around, but it's in a haphazard or weird orbit. But now the orbit is solidified itself and it's more stable, and they're projecting that this thing's going to hit the back side, the dark side of the moon, where all the aliens are hiding. It's going to hit the dark side of the moon on March 4th. They've got it down to the day.
Wow.
So my question is this: is that going to screw with our tidal system? Is that going? How much of an impact is that going to have?
Really? How big is this piece of junk? Is it the size of a car?
It's bigger.
Then no.
It's bigger.
Okay, so it's the size of a tractor trailer.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
Well, the aliens on the backside there, they're going to be pretty pissed off this thing lands on their house.
Well, as I say, if it's a tractor trailer full of food, they'd be happy. But no, it's not a tractor trailer.
They don't need to eat food in the future. Didn't you see that movie with the green slime? What do they call it? The Soylent Green. You ever see that?
No.
Oh, that's a must-see, dude. That's a must-see. It was done like in a...
I've never heard of it. How can it be a must-see?
Huh?
I said I've never heard of it before. How can it be a must-see?
Because I said it was. 1973. It's an American ecological dystopian thriller film directed by Richard Fleischer and starring Charlton Heston.
Wow.
So yeah, it's a movie that, talks about the future. Edward G. Robinson. I think this is his last big movie, too.
Really?
Yeah.
I heard the name.
Chuck Connors, the rifleman. Oh, yeah. Yeah, buddy. Soylent Green is an intelligent and engaging sci-fi adventure with a disturbing vision of the future. 2022. It's funny. You should watch the movie, dude. And I know it's not going to have the big Michael Bay explosions and all the shit and the THQ surround sound. And it's a movie from the early 70s. Fucking enjoy it.
Okay. Relax.
I said so, damn it. All right. So Musk is still busy because SpaceX has a partnership with the Italians. And when I say the Italians, I don't just mean the guys from New Jersey and New York. I'm talking about the country of Italy. SpaceX aims to launch an Earth observation satellite for Italy on Saturday. And yes, you can watch it live. So,
do you think they gave him a nickname? Is he like Elon the Chin? Elon Bag of Donuts.
I did see a beam of him on Facebook or somewhere, and it had a picture of like it's the 10-year challenge or the 20-year challenge or whatever, and I pictured John Travolta with a full head of hair. Then it showed him now where he's bald. He's been bald for a while, but now he's secure enough to let everybody know he's bald, I guess. Then they showed a picture of Elon Musk like 20 years ago. He was almost bald. And then they showed a picture of today. He's got a full fucking head of hair. That's what money does for you.
Right. Well, Elon. John Travolta's not freaking scrimping, that's for sure. He can live on a 727 if he wants.
He's got an airport in his backyard.
In Ocala. Hey.
So he can fly away and see his boyfriend without anybody knowing. He flies planes, dude. He can fly a plane.
Yeah, no kidding. I know. My sister had a friend whose husband worked at Teterboro Airport as a refueler. and he's got a pool room, a game room, with 8x10 pictures of him with all these people that he refueled their plane.
Nice.
Spielberg, Richard Nixon, Gerald Ford. Who's the other one? Oh, Bill Cosby. Yeah, like 40, 50 pictures all over the walls of different people. And John Travolta was actually one of them. And my sister worked with this woman whose husband worked there. And she's at work one day, and all of a sudden this woman just starts screaming. And everybody's like, what's going on? And I guess John Travolta came, landed, and this guy, John, who my sister knew, talked to him and called his wife on the phone and handed the phone to John Travolta. And she started talking to John Travolta. This is unbelievable. I'm in the airport here. Yeah. Now, there's no terminal. It's just kind of like a airfield. But but yeah, so everybody got to talk to John Travolta one day because he was refueling his plane.
Well, somehow we went from Musk putting up a satellite in Italy to John Travolta. That's all my fault. I take full responsibility for that. I'm sorry, folks, getting us off topic. Speaking of Elon Musk again, though, this is his new place in Austin, impressive. Texas.
Yeah, well, outside of Austin.
There's a daytime, there's a nighttime picture of it. Ooh. Ironically enough, he has the highest electric bill on the planet.
I would imagine.
I'm just kidding. I don't know.
Yeah, that looks like a artistic rendering, but the nighttime one looks actually real.
Yeah, I don't know. Come on, you know me. I don't read into shit too much.
Yeah. And it's actually west. I think it's southwest of Austin, Texas.
$1.1 billion.
Wow.
They built it in less than a year and a half.
That's amazing. Most of the building itself is just walls and a roof. There's not much to it on the inside. But I think that's where they're making the batteries. Say battery plant.
Well, I got some interesting Tesla and interesting Musk stuff coming up in the next episode. Not this episode. We didn't have enough time in today's episode. But in the next episode, 89, you're going to want to tune in to hear Musk. And he cuts on GM. And he talks about his latest venture. And believe it or not, Tesla manufacturing these electric vehicles may take a back seat now. It's incredible to think about that, but more and more on that in episode 22. I had a joke that I would always 22. Listen to me in episode 89.
Right. Where'd you come up with 82 or 22?
I don't know. I'm getting fucking old. All right.
By the minute.
So I'm gonna show you this picture here, and you react to it. Okay.
Okay.
If you're watching on twitch.tv/both mics, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, wherever, this is the new product out now from Ronco. You can have the donut holster.
Hey, but wait, there's more.
And it's basically a thing that fits around your belt like a belt. And you ever see one of those fishing things you stick the fishing rod in?
Yeah.
Well, it's got a rod like a paper towel holder coming out of it right near where your Johnson should be. And it looks like you could hold 6-8 donuts on there. And
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 donuts. Yeah. How about that?
Then it's got a thing on the side, and it shows it's got a bonus inside. The whole holster. The whole holster. Say that real fast.
Say that at all.
That's where you can put your donut holes on the side there. So you got
like
the donuts.
Like a munchkin clip?
And look on the top of the box. This is a professional donut holder, okay? This isn't an amateur one.
Yes.
Eliminates unnecessary waiting and walking.
It's okay.
Holds a half dozen donuts on the donut holder. It even works on bagels and pineapple, they say.
I got a kitchen counter that holds a lot more than 6 bagels or 6 donuts.
Well, the funny thing is this rings true for me simply because not many people are aware of this, and I've said it before and I'll say it again. One of my first jobs, I worked in a coffee shop, and it was a bottomless coffee shop. And I was the only guy that could carry a pot of regular, a pot of decaf, and a dozen glazed.
Nice.
All right, thank you. I'll be here all week. Thank you.
Yeah.
No, I really, check it out. Donut holster, dude. I say we invest.
Yeah. No.
White Castle invested in this place They invested in this place over 86 years ago.
No.
They just shut it down.
No.
Almost 90 years. This is in Jackson Heights, Queens. You familiar?
Yeah.
Have you been to this one, you think, or no?
No. For a fact, no. I think the only White Castles I've been to is Jersey and Tennessee.
Well, this Queens White Castle closed their doors this past Wednesday after nearly 90 years in business. This is according to PIX11.com, the Yankee channel, so it must be true. Yep. It's an amazing feat in the restaurant world when any location, any type of cuisine lasts 10 years or more, says James Richardson, vice president of White Castle. Said the decision to close this one unit was very hard, but the COVID pandemic played a major role. So they've been around, White Castle, for over 100 years. So, I mean...
Yeah, well, I thought it was like 1935. What's the Google box say?
Well, this location opened in 1935, yes.
So, yeah, I'm thinking that's one of the originals.
Yeah. Well, it's just the employees at the location are offered jobs at other places. My grandmother and my father both worked at White Castle at one time. My dad was going to school, high school, junior high, whatever it was, and then my grandmother worked at White Castle, all types of shifts, day and night. And she used to tell me a story about the one day they decided to close on Christmas. And I said, "You mean you had to work on Christmas?" And she said, "Yeah," until they decided to close on Christmas one time. And I said, "Well, so why did they decide to close on Christmas?" She said she didn't know all that, but it was a shame because they had to put a lock on the door so they could lock the building because they didn't have a lock because they were always open.
They're open 24 hours.
Yes.
Yeah. A supermarket I used to work at in New Jersey. One year, the competition decided that they were going to open on Thanksgiving, back in the late 90s or mid 90s when the whole, when the Black Friday thing started creeping closer and closer to the day before. And the competition opened on Thanksgiving. And everybody at the supermarket I worked for, the entire company, got a letter in the mail. Hey, Thanksgiving is a time for family. We are not opening on Thanksgiving. You need to spend the time with your family, enjoy the holidays, blah, 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 blah. Well, guess what happened the next year?
You got another letter in the mail saying, yeah, fuck that.
Fuck that. We're going to be open, and you make sure you get to work on time.
Yes.
Yeah. Yep.
Wow. So the following Thanksgiving, were you at work or were you with the company or what?
Well, yeah, it was time and a half. It was time and a half to work the holiday, and it was a holiday, so you got paid for the holiday.
Was it busy?
No. I think
of course not. Everyone was spending time with their families.
Exactly. Everybody coming in, they were looking for celery. That's it.
Yeah, right. The last minute thing.
Yeah.
Crazy, man.
Where's the cranberry sauce? We forgot the cranberry sauce.
Yeah, I've been craving some White Castle, and I did a visit on that Portillo's next to it in Orlando there. I got to go back for both, I think, soon.
Ooh, I keep forgetting about that.
Yeah, I had good experience at both places. I need to go back. I mean, at Portillo's especially, we took this giant piece of chocolate cake, similar to the giant chocolate cake I had at Four Rivers one time. It was just friggin' huge.
Yeah. Unimpressed with Four Rivers.
Yeah, you were saying that. That's a shame. You got to give it another try or go to a different one.
I couldn't believe it. I don't mind fatty brisket at all, but there was more fat on this brisket than meat.
It was no Buc-ee's, huh?
No. Yeah. Ooh. I usually go to Buc-ee's for breakfast on Friday. I didn't do it today. I don't know. I just wasn't feeling it. So.
No, I had breakfast of champions. I had eggplant parmesan.
Leftovers, I'm guessing,
yes,
right?
Yes.
All right, cool.
It was good.
Up at 5 a.m, making eggplant parmesan for your 7 o'clock breakfast.
Yeah, right. No, we participate in this. Do you utilize any of those food box companies?
We've thought about it, but yeah, we're in the midst of buying a second refrigerator. Like another Mike I know has one.
I have 2 refrigerators and a freezer.
Correct. Yeah. And there's 2 of you in that house. Go figure.
Yeah, but we host some get-togethers, and we don't like food shopping, dude. We'll go food shopping for some things when they're on sale, and we'll target buy, and we'll buy a couple things, and this way we can manage it better. But that's where this service comes in handy here. I forget the name of it. The wife's doing something else. But we buy a big box of vegetables every other week. It's like $50, and it's like a cabbage box. So it's pretty big, okay? And it's filled with an assortment of vegetables. So like normally I wouldn't buy an eggplant. I'll eat it if I have it, but so you get to try different things, and they send you seasonal stuff, and it's pretty fresh. And we had a couple items that were kind of, didn't hold as well as others, but I found that saves us going to the store as well. It's not a prepared meal kit or nothing like that, but it's locally grown, locally grown produce here in Florida. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I won't eat. Why would I eat eggplant? That's disgusting. So.
Yeah, well, especially if you look at an eggplant emoji. I mean, that's funny. That brings us to our next story. How did I know about that? Wow.
Oh wow.
This is these are a handful of the new emojis that Apple is putting up, okay?
Okay.
You see a guy with a crown, left to right, if you're watching Twitch.
I couldn't tell if it was a guy or a gal, but yeah, go ahead.
You see a lady, or it could be it looks like a short-haired lady with a pregnant belly.
Yeah.
And then what's to the right of her? Not her right, our right.
That appears to be a gentleman, a male of some sort, with a beer belly.
Yeah, no, he's pregnant. They're
beer?
saying he's pregnant. Yeah,
He's pregnant. Okay.
They're saying this is where I'm like.
I'm guessing he lost a bet.
No, it just upsets me because what happens is and I could give a shit what your personal lifestyle is. You do you, I'll do me. Everybody be happy. But when you constantly have to put it in my face that you're special, but you argue that you want equal. So. Right. I don't know. I took science a long time ago, back in the 80s in high school, and it was my understanding that dudes couldn't have kids. I know, crazy shit, 40 years ago. And all of a sudden, we've discovered dudes can have kids. No, we're trying to normalize this shit to give 12-year-olds permission to have sex changes and shit like that. I don't know. I'm not trying to get all political. Like I said, you want to be gay, be gay. You want to be a dude and carry a child, go ahead. But when you get emojis like this, you're normalizing that. And that's not normal to me. I don't know. It's just me. And Mike is eerily quiet, doesn't want to touch this one with a 10-foot fucking pole.
Yeah, it's interesting, that's for sure.
Emojipedia faced some criticism when it announced the first pregnant man and pregnant person emoji in September of last year. The company said in a blog post that the new figures may be used for representation by trans men, non-binary people, or women with short hair, though. Of course, use these emojis. It's not limited to these groups.
That's Mike_Safa at bothmikes.com.
Yes. Anyway, I just thought this was crazy, dude. I guess you don't have to use the eggplant emoji anymore. I guess pretty soon they're gonna have XXX emojis and shit. What type of emoji would you want to see, Mike? That's not out there now.
That's not out there. Yeah. How about a poop emoji? Is that
yeah, I think there's a few of those.
Oh, they've already done that one.
Yeah, I think so.
in the Both Mics twitch.tv/Both Mics chat room, somebody just put an emoji of Bob Ross, the painter.
He's buried here in Orlando. I know where he's buried. I've been to his grave marker.
Really? Is it at the Greenwood Cemetery?
Nope. It's at shit. My dad works. It's at
the shit cemetery.
Shit. What's the name of the place? It's through Dignity. Is the parent company? Woodlawn. It's near Gotha.
Oh, okay. Is that the
Orlando.
One that's like on Winter Garden Road?
Yeah.
That way?
Windy Road. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. So, an emoji that I want to see. I use the thumbs up emoji a lot. The thumbs up. Hey.
So there hasn't been an instance where you've looked for an emoji and you went, no, there's no fucking emoji for this.
I can't find my rolling eyes, like rolling eyes. I can't find the rolling eyes emoji sometimes. I have trouble with that.
All right, so that's one of your favorites then, the rolling eyes.
The rolling eyes, yeah, because I tend to roll my eyes a lot.
I tend to use these GIFs or GIFs or whatever you want to call them more like you Google like something and it'd be like, I don't know, for instance, you could probably find one of the Jägermeister poster kids, and it's probably like a red-haired freckled kid making a sourpuss face because that was on Jägermeister, and that was the poster for Jägermeister. This kid with a sourpuss face.
Really?
And it used to say, goes down smooth underneath it. I know that's one of your favorites, right, Mike? Jägermeister and Rumpelmans and Goldschlager.
Jaeger, I don't mind. The Sambuca, can't do it no more. Had a field trip incident in high school with Sambuca, can't do it. And, of course, the infamous Goldschlager incident, which you can take full credit for. You
so you can't drink that one either, no?
No, I haven't touched Goldschlager since our incident in July of 2000.
Yeah, it's been a while for me, too. It's been almost, 18 to August 4th, 2018. That was the first day I didn't have anything to drink. That was a long time. So it's three and a half years almost.
Yeah,
crazy.
Yeah. Well, July 2000 was 21 years ago, or almost 21 years ago. I haven't had Goldschlager since.
You're
boycotting? I'm better for it. I'm sorry?
You're boycotting?
Yes. No more. Now, if I knew that Goldschlager was cinnamon, I never would have bought it that day. I can't. Cinnamon donuts, all good. Cinnamon anything else? Nope.
There's a few people that had cars in that parking lot that day know that too. You were literally laying on someone's hood of their white Ford Taurus, using their windshield as a backrest, rolling around going, I don't feel good. And we hadn't even made it into the fucking show yet.
No. Yeah. If anybody's wondering, it was Anthrax, Megadeth, Motley Crue, West Palm Beach, July 29th, 2000. And I drank too much because of that motherfucker.
We were drinking Bass Ales and shots of Goldschlager, I think.
Yeah, and I can't do shots. That accelerates my pace and it gets me all thrown off.
Yeah, it does.
I've never been so drunk in my life, and I was puking all over. And it was a fleet vehicle of some sort. It had like a yellow license plate, so it was like a county car. And I was like sitting on the roof with my feet on the windshield wipers. And I was throwing up on the left side of the car, and I was throwing up on the right side of the car, and I was throwing up on the back window, and I was throwing up all over this car. And I couldn't even walk. It was literally I could barely walk. That's how messed up I was on whatever.
Well, you can go back and listen to some of the other both Mike's podcasts. There's the back half of that. There's several stories in that day, and they are on the podcast somewhere. You got to search them out.
Yeah.
Get ready for a storm this weekend, dude.
Oh, yeah. It's supposed to be cold tonight. Cover your plants. I got to cover plants when I'm done with this tonight.
Yeah, we've got our stuff covered here, and we're, I look at this, and these people are just going to get battered. This is one of those cyclone things that we've talked about in the past as well. Like in some parts of New England, they're going to get over 2 feet of snow. They already know it. They're like, just fucking stay home. Get your shit now, because you are not going anywhere for a while.
Well, if you're looking at bothmics.com, bothmics.com.
Right, you could be watching the video on bothmics.com.
Exactly. Twitch.tv/bothmics. You'll see like the coast is as a blizzard warning, which and as being on the coast, I'm guessing it's going to be a nor'easter that's coming up along the Atlantic Ocean, which is kind of like a tropical storm that comes up the coast, or like a hurricane that comes up the coast without hurricane strength winds. So I'm guessing a tropical storm that's going to come up and it's going to meet with another storm that comes from the west and it combines on the coast, and that's how you get your blizzard. And I've been through many of them.
Yeah, we're not there anymore, so fuck them people. No. We like our people from them
bastards.
parts.
Yeah,
I got peeps in New
it'll
Jersey.
Be a mess.
So.
I like it because I don't stop for traffic lights. When it snows out and it's snow on the ground,
just slide right through.
Moving, if I'm moving, I'm gonna keep moving because you stop, you might get stuck. So I look around. If nothing's coming, I keep going. No,
well, we're not. I've only got like a minute or so left here, but we're not. We're not immune to this anywhere in the state of Florida. Here, this is an iguana. Yeah. And in South Florida, when the weather. There's a bunch of them loose, in especially South Florida. People got them as pets. They let them loose. Same thing with the cobras and all this shit. They're freaking wildlife. Wrecking everything.
Not cobras. Same freaking India.
Pythons. Yeah.
Pythons.
Yeah. Whatever.
You said cobras.
Whatever. Same shit. Whatever. It's a big fucking snake. So check this out. Their iguanas are like squirrels in our trees up in northern Florida or central Florida.
Right.
Once it hits 40 degrees... These things literally freeze up and they fall out of the fucking tree. And it looks like it's raining friggin' iguanas in some areas. And they don't die. They're just like suspended.
Yeah, it's like a hibernation. It's a hibernation thing.
Fucking crazy, dude. Can you imagine? Mommy, it's raining lizards outside.
Right. Yeah, it's supposed to get down into the 30s like in Miami. And that's like a first, it doesn't happen often or at all.
Right. Well, hopefully we'll make it through this storm. If you're watching live on twitch.tv/both mics, stick around. Show 89 is coming. We're going to wrap up 88 here. And I just want to remind everybody, check out some of our friends of the show. Check out Gino Losi if you want to go fishing anywhere in Florida. He'll put you on a monster fish. Check out, who else do we have? We have, Dustin Levine over at the Melon Patch Theater in Leesburg. Go catch a local live production. They got a new production. I don't have my notes in front of me for that. Sorry. Or donate some money, buy some advertising with those people. Mike, you got anybody to shout out to?
Yeah, my sister and my niece. They're in the chat room. What's up, guys?
Very nice. Very nice. Yay. Yeah. I'll put a note. Yes, you can chat with us too live during the show on twitch.tv/both mics. Oh, and check out my friend Night Fan Stan at Jet Set Printing in Orlando for all your printing needs. Check out my friend Night Fan Stan. And we will be, I put the Mike-isms picture up there for a minute. We are going to be adding to that. I think I'm going to hold off until you come back from your vacay maybe. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. I got a couple in the can already, so.
All right.
Hey, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Yep. Remember, if you're watching live, stick around. We'll be right back.
Ciao for now.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the worst fucking